question. How do you get from this to this and this? Welcome to Alleyway Gardening. If you're fortunate enough to have an alleyway at the back of your house, you may have some scrubland that has been left derelict by the residents. And if no one is using it, there's a good opportunity for you to clear it up and make use of it. The idea for this for me came a couple of years ago when I started processing the soil, as you may have seen in one of my other videos. In getting extra soil for my buckets for my garden, I also found that I was cleaning up the land behind me. So this serves multiple purposes. Not only do you get the opportunity to grab some cheap soil for planting new plants, but you also get to decontaminate the land and make the land available for gardening. So this is what I'm doing here. Now I'm particularly lucky that I've got quite a long stretch of alleyway, and over the last couple of years I've been reclaiming the land and planting some new plants there. So I will have some interesting new plants growing over the coming season. Here are some examples of the stretches of land that I have processed. Hi and welcome to this little update video on my Alleyway gardening project. Now back on the 2nd of June I did a video on alleyway gardening where I cleared up some scrubland in my alleyway and planted some crops out. This video is a follow-up to that video and you can find a link to that video in the description below. Now what I'd like to do is report on my spectacular success here, detailing 4 areas of plantings, and I'll be going through these in reverse order. So this is bed 4 and this was a very last minute thing where I just put a very thin skim of soil over a load of rubble, and what I planted in it are 4 runner beans, lots of poppies and some Swiss chard. In bed 3 I planted 11 runner beans and these have done spectacularly well. In bed 2, this is the long stretch, and I planted Swiss chard, lots of it, a strawberry plant, some opium poppies, 3 tomato plants, and I found some peppermint which I've allowed to stay and grow on. And lastly, in bed number 1, I planted 4 runner bean plants and some Swiss chard. Now staying with this bed number 1 with the runner bean plants, these have done unbelievably well. The produce from these is spectacular. I cannot emphasize enough how many runner beans have grown on these few plants, just 4 plants, and they have performed spectacularly. The runner beans are produced in abundance and they are huge. They are over 10 inches long, and here you can see how big they are against my hand. And I'll be cropping these later on and doing a weigh-in. Now comparing these with my main runner bean crop, these have done at least 10 times better in terms of yield. So I think it's probably a combination of both the technique that I used and the open face of the fence against the concrete of the alleyway. Now in bed numbers 1 and 2 I've also planted a mass of Swiss chard, and this has grown not fantastically well but good enough for it to produce a crop that is worthwhile and edible, and I've cropped from this about 6 or 7 times so far already and had very hearty meals from this Swiss chard, and I can tell you it tastes fantastic, much better than the shop bought Swiss chard that you can get. Now straight after this outdoor filming I came back to the plot and cropped the runner beans, and we can see here that the crop is worth 626 grams. So I'm absolutely delighted with that, and I'm going to be enjoying another meal with this. And with several more weeks worth of Swiss chard to crop from the plot here in the alleyway, I look forward to many more hearty meals. Thanks for watching, see you next time.